Miss Sanders Mathematicians. Welcome back to a new year, a new semester, and hopefully we got the hang of it. You only have one more semester to go in 7th grade, and we only have about 4 months to prepare for the STAR test, which I know y'all are going to rock it. So now we're in a new unit. Unit 5, we were just doing number operations, lots of practice with that. And the reason why we're not going to do a unit test is because this unit will test what you know about number operations. You need number operations to do this unit. So here we are with our new subject, evaluating algebraic expressions. Before you left and went out on the break, I taught you how to evaluate algebraic expressions using models, and we will continue to do that. But today we have a new unit, and before we get started, we are going to warm up with some number operations, and here they are. They came again. I have some things here that I always use. I have my highlighters. I have some different color pens. You can use color pencils if you would like. I also have my pencil so that I can erase and do my work. But my pens and stuff are mostly for color coding, but you should definitely do your work in pencil, but you're probably going to see me color coded, and that's okay if you want to use different colors. I also have scratch paper, which we use to work out everything or make your multiplication chart. Here I just printed me out one, but we're going to get in the habit of making our own, because on STAR you have to make it. It will not be provided to you. So I have these things here that's going to help me do this lesson a whole lot easier. So first I'm going to start with my warm-up. And they want me to perform 4 operations. The first one is multiplication. How do I know that? Because anytime I have a parenthesis, numbers in a parenthesis next to each other, and there's nothing in between them, like a plus sign, a minus sign, or a division sign, then this is multiplication. So let's go ahead and multiply these. Even though the smaller number is first, I'm just going to rewrite them in where the bigger number is on top. And in fact, I'm going to put my decimal in the middle because that will help me keep up with it. So 6.6, and I'm going to multiply that times -3. Before I get going and I find the answer, I want you to notice I have a negative, and I'm timesing that by a positive. And I don't know if you remember, but a negative times a positive equals a, hopefully you said it, negative. If you remember the smiley faces, when you have different signs, negative. When you have the same signs, they are positive. Same signs, positive. Different signs, negative. So here we have different signs, therefore my answer is going to be negative. So let's figure out what this answer is. I'm going to go ahead and put that negative there because I know the answer will be negative. So see, I'm going to go ahead and multiply. 6 times 3. If you don't know it, use your multiplication chart. 6 times 3. 18. Put my 1 up here. 8 at the bottom. 6 times 3 again is 18. Carry plus the 1. And that is 19. So in multiplying decimals, I have to count. I have 1 behind the decimal. I don't have any other decimals. So I only have 1. I don't have 0 here. So 1 plus 0 is 1. So that means that my decimal's here. I'm going to move it over 1 space. So I'm going to write down my answer, which is negative 19.8. So this is the answer to number 1. All right, my second problem, I am adding these two numbers together. So again, I'm going to put my 6.6 on top, and when we are adding decimals, we have to line up the decimal. I have a 3, and the 3 is a whole number, so I'm going to put it in the whole number column, which is in front of the decimal, because all whole numbers have an imaginary decimal after it. So I'm going to add it up, line it up. Now I'm just going to add them together, but I have to remember my addition rules. I have a negative and a positive. So anytime I have different signs, I subtract. Different signs, I subtract. So let's go ahead and subtract these numbers. 6 minus, and I'm going to fill in my zeros because I can do that. 6 minus 0 is 6. 6 minus 3 is 3. Now that I have my answer, 3.6, I need the sign of the bigger number. My bigger number is positive, so therefore my answer is positive. So now my last one, which is subtraction, we need to keep it, flip it, change it. Or keep it, change it, flip it. I think it's KCF, not KFC. Keep it, change it, flip it. I always get them mixed up. So I'm going to keep the negative 3, change my subtraction to a plus sign, and then I'm going to change my positive 6.6 to a negative. So now I'm adding two negative numbers. And when I'm adding two negative numbers, I just add them together and then keep the sign. So I want you to do that on your own. I want you to add them together, keep the sign, so you know the answer will be negative, and then let me know your answer. And don't forget to line your decimals up. Use your scratch paper to do that. Then my next one, I'm going to divide 6.6 divided by 3. And if I write it, I love to write it as a fraction. 6.6 divided by negative 3, because then it tells me which one goes in the division house. Top in, bottom out. Before I start to divide, which you're going to divide on your own, 3 and a 6, 3 and a 6, remember your integer rules. So I can't wait to see what you come up with. Make sure that when you put your answer, you have the right sign, whether it's negative or positive, using your strategies, and then divide them to get your answer. All right. See you in the next video after your warm-up. Bye.